super well. He coordinates team fights super well. His laning phase is one of the best in the North American LCS. So there's just a lot of good things that come along for the team when they have him in as well. And putting him back in game number 3, you can tell they are feeling a little bit worried about the direction the series was headed. And especially considering how close the game number 1 is. If you're just joining us, game number 1 very closely.
This could have been a 2-0 for Liquid.
Yeah, could have been. But here we are, game number 3, deciding match. And off to another pick ban here, where they actually banned the
I was wondering if that was going to be a support, but they said no. Rain over, take it. All the bans.
So just full-on focus on Reignover, and he already had, coming into this, super impressive stats as far as being focused in pick bans. One of the most, if not the most focused jungler in pick bans. But this time around, Cloud9, they very clearly recognize the problem that we're talking about. It's too big of an issue to ignore at this point. Reignover has been a complete dominating force for Team Liquid, and they're coming out swinging here. 4 jungle takeaways from Team Liquid. Plus, Team Liquid had to ban banned the Rengar for their last ban as well. So they actually didn't this time around want to opt into the Rengar Kha'Zix trade, which is something that previously, when focused, they opted into giving away Rengar and taking the Kha'Zix for Reignover. But this time, I'm curious what he pulls out. Maybe we see some Zac or some Rek'Sai for Reignover. Either one of those would very clearly be tanky options, and I feel like that's where he's much more at home.
I mean, the Rek'Sai was always there when Huni was in the top lane playing aggressive stuff, so obviously he is mechanically advanced on the Rek'Sai, but we've also seen quite a bit of Elise deliver a bit more power. But he does choose the Rek'Sai. He's going to be burrowing underground, trying to make the plays happen for his team.
Oldie but goodie here for Reignover, and one of the champions that he first used to just completely dominate his enemy jungler through control. With the added Tremor Sense, Reignover uses that extra information almost better than any other North American jungler that we've ever seen. Really planning out 2 steps ahead of the enemy jungler, taking away the camp that he expects you to go counter with when he shows somewhere next on the map. So like, he does a lot of preemptive moves, and you can usually tell by the way that his path is going next, where step number 3 will be. Currently though, C9, they did get their hands on that sneaky Jhin. Also, huge impact in the victory for them.
Could be a mid focus here coming for phase 2. Mid not picked up for TL. Was that Corki from Golden Goo last time in the Rise, the game before, which Jensen has now been taking. Varus, still priority for Piglet as Jhin was there. We'll have to see what the answer is. 20 seconds left here as we are in ban phase 2 for Cloud9. We just saw Shen from Team Liquid get banned out.
Lolo's been really loving this Rumble pick. The stats haven't been that great for him, and there have been a couple of mistakes, but overall, some good Rumble ultimates that have been layered with the very accurate Piglet Varus ultimates. So it's pretty clear that they were, been practicing that combo. And Piglet holding up his end of the bargain so far, being able to chain those together. Now, since Reignover is on a more frontline jungler here, is going to be able to add another knockup, another form to try and be able to keep people in the same place. So we'll see if that does come into effect, as Team Liquid will have Reignover as the front man. Full tank Rek'Sai, definitely expected coming out from him. He's actually one of the guys who even lingered around and built Sightstone a lot longer than a lot of other junglers did on the champion.
Corki left up, Corki picked.
Not too many other changes for them.
No, still going to have their range on the majority of champions. Matt, let's see who he decides to go with.
Would it be a Nami again, Riv? Would it surprise you if we saw that? Haha. Because it looks like very specific team comp practice for Team Liquid. They put a lot of time in on this comp, and they've had success in game number 1 and game number 2, even though they did lose the first game. So they're feeling confident going right back to it. The one big change, no Graves for Reignover. And will that open up the map here for Contracts, who we said, I wanted to get him off of a supportive jungler onto a killer. He's on Kha'Zix. Kha'Zix is premier killer, barring Rengar at the moment, so I'm definitely going to have my eyes on Contracts for the early stages. See if he can actually take it to Reignover this time around with a favorable matchup.
More and more crowd control for the compositions of Cloud9 from game 1, 2, 3. Now they can really lock up their target. Whoever gets caught is going to be scary. Team Liquid has that advantage of staying at distance right now. What are they going to finalize with? And they give themselves a bit more safety with Zyra.
I did quite like it when teams that consider themselves the favorites in the match go to a very sturdy kind of standard lineup team fight orientation here. I mean, they've got bottom lane crowd control, they've got a lot of damage from jungle and mid, and they have their old reliable impact on Maokai, even willing to play that right into the rumble and take that 2 versus 2. Now, Maokai plus Kha'Zix is definitely one of my favorite combos as a jungler to have a top laner paired with. Maokai, even though he doesn't put out a huge amount of damage, lanes very well and sets up ganks super well. Really patches up the only thing that Kha'Zix lacks, which is the snare of his own. So
those first few levels, you can see a Maokai just beating your health out. You're under your turret, and then you get some health. You can go back and fight him. So we will see Impact in, and we're gonna have to notice, is there a stark difference here for Cloud9? That was 2 games for Ray coming in. It's been since Dignitas in that first week, and now we'll have to see if Impact changes this lineup that much.
And I think that he definitely will. If you look at the color of the team comp, he's on this frontline tank. They're gonna want a 5-on-5. Ray was loving that split push, loving it a little bit too much maybe for their liking, and they have decided to change strategies here and go a bit more standard.
Got to tone it down a bit. Well, we do know Cloud9.
Got him that 1 win.
Cloud9 from season to season has been a team to flex in and out players. We saw Bunny Fufu and Smoothie. Now Impact and Ray sharing some stage time to get themselves both better and level up the team. Cloud9 versus Liquid. We're heading on to the Rift for Game 3 to see if Cloud9 will find their first loss or keep themselves undefeated.
Definitely been pushing them to the limits here. Been Team Liquid. And right back out here with a very similar comp, but not only was Reignover changed, but Zyra was still up. Passed by the pick bands as we did not lock on, and they'll just take that extra amount of damage for the laning phase for that bottom lane.
Me as well, you always think of the small things. You're saying, hey, let's leave up the Zyra. He's been really good on Nami. He feels comfortable. Just make him play something different. It might be powerful. You might be throwing him off. All the little things in the back of your head here. Impact getting cooked up. He's good. He's got his Meow suit on.
Early jungling is so much team effort as well, and I love to always see, you know, Reignover has done this on multiple teams, but going for early wards to see where the enemy jungler starts so that he can really plan out next few steps. Contract's not going to show on it quite yet, but looks like he will be starting on top side as well. So, oh, actually, they're coming over for a... Seemed like a bit of a contest, but nope, gonna walk right back. They're just watching the tri-bush.
Yeah, it seemed like they were
gonna
cut
he wanted to add a little bit extra support there at the tri-bush. But yeah, top side start for both of them. Contracts, blast cones, sort of in the right direction. Doesn't matter because they went early.
Rush control bot lane, as you would expect from Smoothie, trying to throw out the minions as the game is off and running. Both top laners now gonna head up. Pretty simple start for everyone.
All right, so Reignover knows Contract starting top side. Contract should probably guess, given that Rumble just got to lane and bottom lane was in there as well. But it's always nice to be 100% sure with those extra wards. And we'll see, Reignover often likes to go for these scuttles quite early on the bottom side, especially when you do have the importance of the success of your bottom lane for this series that we've seen. Scuttle Crab adds so much. And he's actually headed right there. There's the spawn of the Scuttle Crab, and there's Reignover taking it immediately. Level 2.
Easy help from Golden Glue here, too. 2-minute ward just placed over by Raptors. Lets Reignover know he can take this without any trouble.
And he even, on Rek'Sai, quite often we'll see, even at level 2, he goes for the burrow and is able to get the knock-up, so easy Scuttle Crab take. And even though Contracts would like to get over there after the 3 camp, not going to be the case. Haha! I've been foiled. No, there's no way, even though it looks like you can sneak around that edge, by the way, there's extra vision on the outer ring of the Scuttle Crab. So you cannot escape the Dragon Pit without it. And that's what he said. Reignover's focus on that objective pays off.
Obviously, Impact's going to deal with Flame Spitter here for the first few lanes, but should have a pretty easy time farming under turret. Wards from Team Liquid into the Tri-Brush mean a little aggression with the amount of health Sneaky has. And Matt's enjoying that, seeing Smoothie get some ward out as well.
Zyra laning is just really, really obscene for the enemies to watch here. You can move up, extra range and poke on both of the enemy champions, so going up and trading with whoever wants to take it. Oh, Piglet, good dodge right there. That would have been some dangerous position. And Malzahar and his crab's actually a pretty good counter, but after Quip hop out, you know, no harm, no foul there. Just lost maybe 75 health.
Looks like they're actually going to pull up Jensen here. It is an easy read, but it's also an easy read for Liquid, for Lorlo to come back down. Contracts very nicely done.
Hard to really contest that as Rek'Sai. Just way too much execute damage, or isolation damage on Kha'Zix, and important grab there for Contracts as well, since Reignover has cleaned most of the rest of the map. He's going blind over onto take Reignover because...
Basically,
because Kha'Zix things.
Playing both sides of the map. That's going to be a kill on Piglet in the bot lane. And
too many crabs! Whew. They did trade kills, but unfortunate for the Team Liquid bottom lane. The money went over to Matt. Honestly, actually, we're always used to saying that, oh, unfortunate, the support got the kill. But with the support mages being the bottom lane flavor, it's not actually a huge DPS loss for the bottom lane as far as laning phase is concerned. Yeah, you'd like your 80k scale, but you also, your support mage scaling is not the most terrible thing either. So money will be well spent by Matt, and Zyra can get out some more deeps. Let's take a look at how it got set up, because the crabs usually, you kind of have to opt into these trades. I did not opt into that one, just got snared up. You see the exhaust there used for a little bit of extra slow, and Piglet, he was relying on his dodge skills again rather than flashing. So Piglet paid the price there, plus he flashed after and still died, and so worst of both worlds.
A little love for the mid lane.
Oh, baby, back at it again.
Oh, great dodge by Piglet, but also good answer by Smoothie. And last hit is the Thunderlords. Oh, Matt coming up with number 2.
Zyra's money is going to be well spent. Now he's got 2 kills for himself.
Oh, man.
All right, going to get some high damage numbers this game for Matt, we're expecting. And Piglet, as you said, that was a crucial dodge on that W to get out.
Yeah. Because
there were 3 crabs tailing him. This bottom lane has been full of trades. You would expect more people now to be attracted to the bottom lane.
I was going to say that.
Junglers, top laners. There is a worthy top lane discrepancy here in the teleport. Impact just used it to get right back to lane and kind of hold these minions in front of his turret. Lorlo held on to his for a possible, bottom lane play, possible dragon focus here. The classic Rumble level 6 spike dragon control is a decent point still nowadays.
Like this, the bot lane has been set free in this game. First game it was Reignover helping him out. Contracts the second game, and now they are taking fights to each other themselves.
Yeah, but man, Lorlo holding on to that teleport. The wave was pushing away from him and killing off a bunch of the minions he wanted. So this experience difference between Impact and Lorlo, it'll even out a bit, but Impact still does have a lead. Yeah, evens out a little bit, but Impact still holding on to a decent bit here in the top side.
Clear control wards on the top side. TL doing a good job of keeping those placed, but it looks like C9's just kind of playing the you place him, we'll kill him. As you see, Impact now going to place his and clear Lorlo's. Nice bit of strategy there on the wards. Once you know where it is, just go and do it. Impact and Contract may be able to set up a fight off of this one.
Yeah, good deep ward there. Still keeping track of Contracts. Reignover farming away. Reignover, as we said, full tank Rek'Sai. He's not even going for the Tiamat. He rocks right into the Bomby Cinder. You can still clear quite well. Oh, Piglet takes that hit for the cannon minion, by the way. Denying Sneaky the cannon shot. Just going to chug an extra potion instead. And the zone continues here.
Lanes are much closer all the way around from what we've been seeing. Usually we'd see C9 with a CS lead here, like 10.
And they probably will get it. He should be able to clean up a
Right.
decent amount of
It's coming
DCS
right
at
here.
the turret, but you can definitely tell lane control and the kill pressure is definitely something they have in the back of their mind right now. Good ward, though. You see this ward over the back of Dragon Pit because there's a pink ward in the tri-bush? Yeah, that one right there. They've had an eyeball on Contracts this whole time.
Love to see a teleport from Lorlo. The level 6s are out. He's had it for a bit. Looking to finish that Haunting Guys maybe before they get into their first aggression. Matt trying to play a little sneaky for Rainover to come in. Team Liquid want this Dragon area back. They do not want to give Cloud9 any early game here and continue, like you said, to keep an eye on Contracts. And now that he's not in the bottom, they know he's in the top due to just that vision. Chain, Strangle Thorn as well goes out. Good exhaust onto Piglet, denying a bunch of damage, but those plants are not denied. Rainover a little late to the party. It's going to help push the wave.
It's so hard to stay calm as the AD carry when all these crabs are... Oh, well, we actually have a play up here. Let's take a look at Contracts. Going deep on Lorlo.
Flash saves one, turns around. The Harpoons give him a direction to flash in, and Contracts able to finish that off. Flash for flash.
Bot should get the turret, though.
Acting on bot, so it will be some top lane damage coming from Cloud9.
All right, Team Liquid will get first turret. Let's see if they transition into this Ocean Drake. Golden Glue has pretty good position in mid and should be able to shove the lane one more time here. You just want to zone Jensen off to try and not get that flux through. Oh, he actually uses exhaust. Huh. He really wants this wave control. That would have signaled to me that they really wanted to swing over to the Drake, but they recalled their bottom half while he was doing that, so maybe not. And that's just going to be an exhaust down for Golden Glue for that small trade, and he's on a ward. Okay, he's off the ward. Ward's dead.
Safe. So top lane does finally go down. Took him a little bit longer. But Cloud9 has, or I'm sorry, Team Liquid has been able to get the majority of the first turrets throughout these games. Try to make that next move.
I still think that it will be kind of centered around the Ocean Drake. They still have a little bit of tempo, went back for the buy. But Golden Glue, no package in base yet, so that would be the real kicker there. Here we go, though. They go in. Key thing here is that they're looking at Smoothie still level 5, so they know that Piglet has the freedom to move up like that. Otherwise, there's no way Piglet moves up into that. And then here's the counter pump on the top side. We saw pretty much all of it. Contracts get right in there on the Kha'Zix. I mean, Lorlo, you could tell he was being defensive for a good reason, but then so many times we'll see people who know they need to be defensive but go up toward the bush that they think someone is in. And there's no difference really between having that ward in, because if you walk up close enough to ward it, you're close enough for them to jump on you. And,
But
Jensen, he gets jumped on. There you go.
But you're right, Kobe. That's what counts. You're right that somebody was.
Like, yep, I knew he was there. All right.
As you said, kill on to Jensen. That was actually flash down for him as well. Gives EL some free reign here in mid. Ooh, damage from Sneaky. This could be a kill. One, he's still on the edge of the curtain call. Ooh, just over his left shoulder. That gives an idea of where he is. Shot hit. Smoothie is not 6 still. Unfortunate. Flashes forward for this one. Tries to get the attack for Deadly Flourish. And a second kill coming in for Smoothie. The supports are carrying this game. That's what I'm talking about.
Look at all this vision for Team Liquid, though. Whole red quadrant is lit up, ready for this dragon. So even though they take out Golden Glue, I mean, Team Liquid can see every step a good 10 seconds in advance here from Cloud9 on the bottom side, at least.
That means very, very easy clears for Piglet. His 3 assists. He's trying to get his items completed. I think TL is going to be fighting too quickly here unless they get a nice pick on lane. One might be right here for C9 as they move to the top. If Lorlo gets a little too... Nope. Now he has vision.
And Lorlo is such a juicy target because he doesn't have flash, and he's gone for the super early spike of all the flat magic penetration that you can get. So your ultimate is going to be super impactful in the team fight, can completely melt backlines, but you are very vulnerable. Very, very few defensive stats here. And he knows it. He's playing super, super far back. He might even just use his ultimate to clear. Yeah, wave. I'm not getting dove, and they should be able to trade that ultimate for the dragon.
Also a ping to bot lane. It looks like that will be Piglet's cleanup real fast as the team grabs Dragon. Lorlo still deciding whether to spec top or not. He's actually hovered back and forth. He can teleport wherever he needs to go, but can't really decide what they need to do as Team Liquid takes Dragon. They don't have to really do too much, but setting up the next thing is definitely going to help you stave off Cloud9 coming back in this game. Just about 1,000 gold lead. So it takes quite a bit to put Cloud9 against the wall here, so Team Liquid has quite a bit of work to do.
Yeah, I kind of like the game of chicken here, where you just both teams play their strong side, both teams just keep pushing the turrets down. Who's going to give up first? Team Liquid, not going to be us. We're pushing in.
It's been a while since we've just seen this.
Yeah, the bonus is that Rumble does get to clear that one wave, so he buys you 30 seconds, even on the weak side. Even though you are trading, the extra tempo comes from him clearing a wave from super far away, whereas you know, the scramble here from Cloud9, the Jhin and whatnot can't really fully clear out a wave and just fire off a couple of shots there. But oh, Piglet again!
Flash forward for Piglet. This is what the team has been working on. That Varus was first pick on the red side, and they continue to initiate fights with Piglet.
Pretty slick. Over and over, he's getting picks, but that does make him vulnerable to Kha'Zix. This is Varus, doesn't have his flash for himself. You know, Contracts was up there in the Fog of War with all these control wards that Cloud9 have, but nice move. They get their target down and escape right afterwards. Team Liquid, again, another early lead, and Contracts looks like he wants Lorlo again.
Just overheated, can get him to kind of get caught up in the minions. He tried for a second, fights back. Oh, Lorlo up huge to get him! Oh no, he was close enough for the spike heal. Well played by Contracts for that last bit of mechanical knowledge.
Woo! That one was very close. As all the minion damage gets cut off when you run right into that bush. Did Warlow have... No, he did not have another ward. Nothing he could put down as he was dying to get vision. And,
it was a good choice by Contracts. Lorlo had just overheated, and if he hadn't, I think that would have gone much different.
Exactly. I mean, that was a huge minion wave to fight in. Not only do you not get your isolated damage, but man, that was a lot of damage coming back out of it. Regardless, though, got the kill and got out. That's what counts.
That's all you're looking for. Much better this game. You can see Golden Glue's average. He was quite down last time. Now a bit plus.
Yeah, I mean, he has been having a very rough split, right? A lot of these things are coming from the previous weeks where Team Liquid were just struggling super hard, and he was definitely a target of a lot of criticism, and he was getting beat into so many lanes. But,
well, he kind of holds himself to that, too. We heard in the beginning of this match that, you know, losing a game, obviously people feel like it's their fault, but he feels like he should really be able to turn that emotion into something else, bring it back to the team, and kind of results like this to come out. We hear he's so good in these scrims. See that kind of power now in the games.
Yeah, we've been hearing a lot of players have, you know, oh, scrim god, and hearing for years how great they are on scrims, and on stage sometimes doesn't translate. There are a lot of factors that go into it. You know, stage jitters is, you know, under pressure performance is such a hard thing to really quantify. But
he's also one of the more emotional players that we see on the Rift. You'll see him kind of be distraught in those situations and be hard on himself. It's the only way you're going to get better.
Yeah, well, they've got a decent-sized mid-game gold lead for themselves. They have a comp that they've been so comfortable with, very clearly put a lot of time into it, and have been drafting it or variations very similar to it pretty much all series long. Difference here is that they are facing a very good team fight standard setup from C9 once we transition to that period. Lorlo, once again, is the target, though. No flash on Rumble. He's got no Zonias or defensive item. Luckily for him, you know, there's not much luck, actually.
Impact getting his first love of the game, 17 minutes in.
Here we go.
Fired bot lane.
Got 3 members looking to answer.
Whoa! Golden Glue gets a quick cleanse out of his Quicksilver Sash, and they are able to drop down Jensen.
All the flashes.
TL biting back, just as we see Cloud9 doing. As they lose one, you get one back. It seems to be the name of this series, if you will, throughout it.
Yeah, Lorlo, the punching bag Rumble here. He has gotten to the key item, at least, for him. Leandri's is completed, so the ultimate's still going to be a big part of the team fight and a big part of zoning the back line.
So scary, Matt. Walking around. Obviously, he has the vision, but this is kind of what we talk about. Like, Matt might get caught out a few times. They have the vision on the right side, so he does it, but those are the instances that it comes to be.
And the cool thing about these games have been that they have been trading the strong side, weak side, right? Both teams have just been opting to throw everything at the weak side of the enemy, right? Top side, it was previously for Cloud9. They swap. As soon as they swap, all right, we're going after Lorlo again. Okay, fine, you're going after Lorlo, we're going after Jensen. And we'd like to see, even though for some parts we're highlighting, oh yeah, they're backing off super far, they're playing the weak side. Well, this time around, the consistency in playing the weak side is just not there. And that's why we keep seeing these guys giving up these isolated kills. You want to push out that one more wave, but juicy target, Maokai, Kha'Zix, greatest duo ever. Huge DPS from one, huge tankiness and snare from the other. And this one, they're just like, all right, we're getting this one. This one's for Lorlo.
I love the ping in the mid lane. Question mark? Question mark? There were a lot of TL members here a second ago, and they started to move as soon as you saw Impact and Contract's bottom.
And to be fair, that one up top for Team Liquid cost them a bunch of flashes. You can see that Jensen was trying to flash to the other side, avoid the knockup so his realm would go through, but was unable to do so. And Team Liquid were able to acquire that kill. If Jensen was able to juke them out and juke Rain over there and flash over to be able to take that edge of the Realm Warp, then that would have been a tremendous amount of resources used for no gain. But did end up going down, and now we come to the place where Team Liquid actually have to fight the Maokai on the front line and deal with this. Oh, good poke though.
Yikes. Piglet, keep doing those. We saw him really keeping Sneaky and others at bay during these objective fights. Here now in mid lane, it's a bit of a hit onto Contracts, but you can see that health comes back right away. Approaching the 20-minute mark, Rift Herald is out. Infernal is on the plate.
Really good snipes here from Piglet, finding Contracts. He's just Contracts over and over and over.
Yeah.
You take him down to half health with one arrow. That reduces so much of his ability to jump into the team fight. Another priority target. Piglet finds Sneaky. He's now at half health for this dragon fight, and they might just give that up. Yeah, hoping for a steal here, but the suppressive fire from Piglet from the high ground.
Never know where he is. They're making sure those wards in the back are keeping him clear as well. And the team moving very well together, as they know they have a little bit of breathing time. C9 backs, TL cleans up their jungle. Now have a bit of a 2K gold lead. That seems to be consistent for them here in these games. We have realized that Cloud9 is still able to come back from a bit of a deficit, really turn these games in their favor. So things have to be careful here for Liquid. Keep the wards out. Don't let anything kind of go to the wayside. They've been covering the bottom side of this map, and it's really been helping out. Ocean and Infernal now for them, but only getting stronger.
These pings on the Baron are getting me excited, Riv. Looks like we finally will have some vision move over to that side of the map. Sneaky's the first one here. Malzahar, you're a little bit more safe than the Zyra, right? You have your passive shield. You go for some of these, and he is able to establish quite a bit of the true sight. So Cloud9 first the area. They are rewarded with a little bit of extra fog of war advantage. Here we go, though. Piglet activating Ghostblade, and they know Flash coming in.
Alaveros as well.
Ooh.
Equalizer can follow up on the Varus play from Piglet.
Sneaky was able to previously flash, because you know Piglet's coming for that ult flash on the Varus, but does not flash away. This one does not respect Piglet, and Piglet makes him pay for it. The Rumble ultimate also being down, though, is a large part of the teamfight power. Maokai not teleporting in yet, but Impact could.
Got to be careful. They're not actually getting a lot of damage on it, but they're taking quite a bit.
Yeah, Reignover, you know, regardless of building full tank, you're a jungle tank rather than like a top lane tank. So a lot of damage taken from Baron there, and Cloud9 knew it. They call the bluff, allow Impact to just keep split pushing, and that one kill on Sneaky is just going to end at that. It's funny keeping track of, you know, the how worth one of these plays is, as you consider what they got out of it, right? At this stage in the game, a kill is good, you know, a decent amount of gold, right? But then Sneaky holding onto his flash now results in next team fight. The AD carry for Team Liquid here, Piglet, does not have his flash for defensive uses, whereas Sneaky does. So if that results in a bigger win in a team fight later on, then you really do have to wonder how much you're going to be able to get out of each of these. If Piglet is landing these snipes, though, on the back line, it might not matter.
It's a very good point to keep in mind. Make sure that it all plays out and they do not react to Piglet's flash down. And we will watch that in the next fights. 23 minutes in. Still got a while as it's almost halfway cooled down. It's about another 2.5. TL continuing to move wards now to the top side. The bottom side's gone a little dark as they want to start moving this pressure around. So far, so safe. Piglet just kind of going back to his true play style. It doesn't seem like it matters what AD carry he's playing. This is almost like his Twitch play, going forward with a flask. But now it's a Chain of Corruption on Varus. Much more dangerous.
Yeah, I mean,
it seems comfortable, though. Very comfortable with doing it.
It's good to see him feeling aggressive and confident again. Because I mean, he's a world champion. He's got a lot of history, and he definitely had a disappointing start to the season. He was super disappointed, but man, those type of highlights right there, he's been doing pretty much all series long.
And a really great choice because
woo, right in the booty.
Sneaky's direction of running also gets cut off slightly by the structure on his right side. So Piglet had even a better chance of hitting that Chain of Corruption. Very, very sure. Good timing as Sneaky past that area. 24 minutes. I feel like I just said that 2 minutes ago because I probably did. 41.5 to 39,000 in this game. And a third game we are in here. Very good from both Cloud9 and Liquid. Cloud9 definitely able to squeak out game number 1 with a quick sneaky Baron steal. As we recap a bit here, a bit of a lull in our game 3. Game 2, very, very good by Liquid. We're able to clean some things up, be a little stronger. Reignover, however, without Graves here for the first time, so we've definitely seen a slowdown in their early game for Liquid.
All right, Cloud9 keeping up with the split push there, though. Diligent as ever. Impact shoving up the bottom wave on Maokai. Our teleport is ready. Get some wards down so he can try and get in there. They do need him at the start of the fight. They need him on those front lines. We've seen how devastating the poke from Piglet has been, and Golden Glue is also firing these missile barrage here on Corki over and over. So Cloud9 do not want to get poked down, do not want their backline to lose any sort of health before it does start out, because Rumble Ultimate is going to be a huge factor that they really have to avoid in the team fight. If they're already at half health from, you know, arrows from Piglet and missile barrage from Golden Glue, then they're going to lose a lot of team fight DPS.
44 seconds for Drake. Right now, another one would really be for Elder here. Ocean's obviously going to help, but they'll be able to stack this up very nicely. Objective control by Liquid has actually been pretty on point throughout these games. Still losing a few Dragons and Barons, as we've talked about, but really on top of making sure if they can't get something else, they are still on the move. Now on the move down towards mid lane. See Reignover kind of holding back here to make sure they don't get flanked as they head for that second tier.
Yeah, look at how much attention they're paying to clearing out all of the flanks, all of these possible wards for Impact to get an angle on. Team Liquid have pretty good control over this entire bottom half. The one area for Cloud9 here is up around Baron, which is definitely an important part, but Team Liquid could easily send one person down to go grab this dragon. It looks like they might send a few to kill it very quickly here, but they are retaining presence in mid lane and shoving up the wave so that Cloud9 can't just make a feint anywhere else, and making sure that this is a clean dragon take. They also keep Reignover very quickly up by the Baron, so they're threatening this smite steal with Rek'Sai the entire time, and pretty well thought out secure there for Team Liquid. Able to get some more regeneration for themselves, and more importantly, deny regeneration from Cloud9, because Cloud9 are the ones getting hit with all the arrows and missiles.
That's a really good point. I haven't been able to move towards any of these oceans, and would make sieging so much easier against TL. It's going to be about that flank, finding a way, and Impact's teleport is up, but like you said, side wave control for him. Contracts 3-0 and 0. The majority of the kills here. Things were kind of getting hot in the early game, but those kills went to the supports. We're seeing things slowing down until Piglet flashes forward. That's back up, so we might see something again.
That's what they're waiting for. Key playmaker here, the flash forward Varus.
They just got the 2 wards over the wall. Reignover will be there. They're just holding off for those pokes before they really go too hard.
Yeah, one other thing that we're seeing a lot. Oh, actually, we're opening up here for Cloud9.
Well, more Impact Stranglethorned up, so he might have to flash Twitch and advance into this. He already flashed, so he's not going to get out. They're on to Matt. Matt goes down as Cloud9 continues to stay with the fight. They know their numbers up. That was the whole point of this. It didn't matter if the teleport didn't instantly get off. They knew they had
finally got their way in there for Cloud9, yet only rewarded with the 1 kill onto the support. Still makes doing Baron really incredibly, ridiculously dangerous because Varus shooting arrows over the wall, Rumble ultimate threatening, and Corki as well pelting you with magic damage. Means Zyra being down doesn't afford Cloud9 any real control of the map.
It's a nice 3-kill shutdown for the team.
Yeah, yeah, he was going up with those lane kills.
Still have exhaust. Might be able to get in the head of Cloud9. Maybe contracts get in. The exhaust makes them feel like they can win a fight. TL hasn't really been stopped by any of the aggression Cloud9 has shown, so I could see them going right back in on this one. Waves are in a pretty good spot, except for the top side for Liquid. And we can expect Cloud9 to repair those right quick here. Impact's going to push out bottom. Teleport's still up for him. We'll see how they use it.
Yeah, I think Team Liquid are in a pretty good spot once the next package come up. I didn't quite check what it is. I think Golden Glue just picked it up, actually. There we go. Yes, package ready. So they have a lot more options now. With all the vision they've set up around this Baron, there's really good pathways into the Baron that you can use this in. And plus, the Golden Glue does have its flash, so oftentimes to get the best package, you're going to have to put yourself in a little bit of danger. But he also will have his second Valkyrie plus his flash if it really does get that dangerous. So
you're saying balls to the wall.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Looking for here. We'll see if he's able to pull it off, because basically you go for the floor is lava strategy with the package and the Rumble ultimate, filling up the entire blue quadrant of the jungle with lava and making no area safe for Cloud9 to stand.
Like it. Everybody's been playing that since they were a kid. We'll see if it comes into play here. 30 minutes in, the Baron will be started. Nice defense here by Liquid. Not this time for Sneaky on the W. And
they're forcing it, Piglet!
Going slow, and they're gonna have to pull off it now. Piglet gets himself out, Malefic Visions are on, and that's gonna be Jensen to the back line to take him out. Smoothie low, Sneaky fires the curtain call, but he's so close to the fight. Impact coming in now on the Maokai. Gonna start locking people down. Jensen back into the fight from the upper side, and they will close this one out. Everybody just running from Impact.
Morlo escaping here! What does Jensen have left? He has no mobility left. He's just gets kited out by a Rumble. Lorlo getting away means that's a 2 for 2.
Get the Baron stopped. That's what they wanted.
Whew. This is such an incredibly close game. You can tell that both teams are quite scared and approaching this in a very cautious manner, setting this up, because Cloud9 really don't want to end their undefeated streak. Getting to this point in the series 1-1, and Team Liquid have just been so tenacious, coming back after their victory last week, just completely revitalized as a team. Let's look here. Piglet was trying to zone off the rest of the squad, but smoothly jumps right on him, and then really saving it right there. Big burn comes out. Sneaky keeps his sniping up while the Rumble and Rek'Sai are charging.
In the face of danger.
It takes a lot of... Oh man, the Zonia's there is what saved his life, and that's why he eventually gets away, landing the slow and extra speed. That Zonia's on the queue of Jensen. Means Lorlo gets out in a stylish manner, and what a sweet little player from him right there, because Jensen was already eyes on the next target. Sometimes you're like, all right, this guy is totally dead. I'm looking for the next support kill. But snare up here on Rainover.
Rainover gets hit, might still have a chance to burrow here, but he goes down. Smoothie gets that one. Impact looking for another advance forward. Matt's in there. Curtain call comes down. The kill goes to Contracts. And this may seem like TL falling apart here as Cloud9 continues to go fight after fight. They come down, they go back into, or they go down, they come back into the fight. Now to Baron with the Realm Warp. And I don't know if Team Liquid can really bite back here.
Instant Baron, but they're pretty low. Here we go. Piglet alive. Oh, he got one. Contract still alive. Get it. Baron, get him.
Piglet gets two. That's going to be Baron over to Jensen. They got to keep some members alive. It'd be huge to stay on the Impact. They know they can take the fight, and Piglet can't do much more. A hail of arrows back, and they may even try to keep going. Yeah, flash, twisted advance. Jensen with the Rune Prison. That's where he got those tattoos. 13-11, 32.5 in. Cloud9 are starting to take control.
Oh, man. It was touch and go there for a second with the Piglet arrows coming in, but whew, Baron eventually does go over. Now they get to push with it, and Cloud9 finally get to move the needle as they move up Team Liquid into Team Liquid territory.
Team Liquid were controlling the early part of this game with their vision. They got into a lot of fights, and when you're fighting, you can't be around the map to put down vision. You can see all the wards they had that kept them protected is now dark on the side of Cloud9, and basically how they were able to take advantage. C9 now up about 4,000 gold We'll see how this fight happened one more time. Trying to clear their own wards, but they didn't have enough over the wall to see that many members of C9.
Exactly. And Rainover on the front line did get locked up. Some decent AoE from the Rumble Ultimate and arrows as they're escaping, but no escapes for Zyra. Matt gets locked down. And then the Realm Warp into Insta-Baron here. I want to keep it track. I didn't actually see what was the last thing to grab Baron once they did get sniped down. Because here come all the extra poke from Team Liquid as they try and force him off of this. Piglet lands a good snipe to kill off Jin as well as get contracts. But okay, Jensen had the last Q in the air already, so they had the Baron, no problem there. But one more arrow from Piglet might have been the difference. Impact though, as you know, finishes a kill on the Piglet.
Piglet must be frustrating after a pretty decent early game here from Team Liquid once again to kind of see Cloud9 flip the tables that fast. It's going to be really hard to come back after that one for TL, but they are not out of this one yet. They just have a lot more power to deal with on the side of Cloud9.
Yeah. Jungle tank trying to take hits at the same time as, you know, big old Maokai, level 18 top lane tank. There's no way you can, you know, DPS through that. And so once Rainover was caught, Rainover was going to go down, and Cloud9 got the pick that they needed. We'll see if they actually break inside of inhibitor turrets, because I do expect them to be able to eventually at least whittle down this last outer. But Golden Glue is trying to defend over on the side there as well.
Looks like they want to rush mid. Yep, one last shot. Yo, Muzan were in and out, and now they can put wards all across this side, start getting that top side push, or bottom if they want to go for it since Baron is down. But changes coming into this game. Impact is in, but they also focused Rainover with that first phase of bans. The Graves was not something he got to play, or anything that would really provide that early game aggression.
Yeah, and performance on Rek'Sai is solid,
right.
But not game-changing like the previous carry performances you could pull off on Graves.
He's firing his laser.
Non-stop. But now they're in full defensive mode. Luckily for Team Liquid, you know, inhibitor turrets are the easier ones to defend, and the neutral objectives aren't going to be on the map for a while, so they can try and huddle inside those. Cloud9, though, will want to regroup up and continue this siege, and basically you just want to group the enemy up and corral them inside their own base so that you can take over the whole map of Vision. Vision is how they got their last pick on Rainover when Team Liquid were trying to clear it out, and so getting that Vision in your favor across the entire map is a huge boon. Basically, just starve them inside their base for 3 minutes, and you're guaranteed all the wards have timed out, and you swept through all the brush, so you found all the control wards. Know the enemy's playing dark.
Jensen bot lane, time to spread TL thin, as they're going to have Impact work the mid lane here. Not much can stop him. Like hitting a brick wall. See who they actually favor first. Good hide by Cloud9. Rest of the squad in the middle top side. Really looking to just take somebody out. Rainover not going to be that target. They might be able to tack on to start. Guardian Angel now finished for him. Lorlo Zonia is up. There's those chances. They really throw Cloud9 for a loop here on an erroneous engage. But Cloud9 does not seem to be making those. Beep boop.
Yeah, so this is what happens. All the poke is very good at wave clearing. So, you know, comps that double as poke comps and siege comps are also always quite good at defending. Plus, as we said, there are no neutral objectives that would pull Team Liquid out of their defense. So it's very easy to turtle at your inhibitor turrets for this duration. Cloud9, what they're waiting for are very clearly the next spawns of those neutral objectives. Meanwhile, just waiting in a couple bushes here. Looking for maybe an opportune moment. There's actually a ward for a teleport, and they're using that ward for a teleport. He could get back to Piglet.
Rainover's going to get slowed here. Won't be able to help the team. Great spikes by Contracts, lowering TL. They're going to have to make targets and make the choice for that target correct. Impact 5v1 as the rest of the cavalry approaches here. The rest of the team of Liquid trying to focus Impact, really not doing too much damage to him. A lot of tickling going on as he approaches the turret, but Cloud9 is really just able to walk over these fights right now. Matt goes down, everybody's low, or low enough to not be able to fight. And C9 know a few more of those and they can be in. They're not actually overextending at all.
Yeah, after you have been inside your base for so long, you have to be incredibly careful about moving up, even into technically your own jungle as Team Liquid, and they moved past the ward. Uh-oh! Hey!
Oh, Golden Glue with the fast fingers. One last shot. Doesn't want to get in a range. It could be a flying spike. He jumps. Oh, so close.
Shot him out of the air.
Whew. I thought at least one spike was going to get off, but sometimes that nullifies that spell as well. So great job by Golden Glue. Very fast fingers and great mechanics here in an intense game. 40 minutes in. Still able to pull out the plays. Golden Glue actually, Mercurial Scimitar, quite fast this game. That was an Infinity Edge, and he was putting out a lot more damage here as the team roamed throughout mid-game of game number 2. So his damage a bit delayed, but he's almost got it now.
Right. Semi-successful defense here so far for Team Liquid, and the Baron is back on the table. They're actually grouped inside the pit right now. And Cloud9 ready to pounce.
Could be a big fight. On to Matt, blocking up that crowd control. He just needs to get Stranglethorns down, but they deny the Zyra CC. Now they're looking for Lorlo, who had to throw on his Zanyas. He's got Baron damage coming in next. If everything else doesn't kill him first, Rainover's going to be the next to go down, and Cloud9 are just able to pick and choose the targets they want, and TL walks out of that one.
Sometimes positioning is more important than one member of the enemy team being down. And grouping up inside that Baron pit, Cloud9 come from all angles. Speaking of which, Contract's revenge.
1-2 punch on that. Nice try by Piglet. Has to at least fire an arrow in.
Oh, nice try.
Ooh. Nice hail of arrows. He heard that coming down to his left side, and it looks like C9 is looking to put the final touches on. Nice little redemption heal as they begin taking down TL's base.
Yep, that was Team Liquid's Hail Mary. Misses, and Cloud9 will take that one to the bank. Nexus turret's under fire.
Cloud9 not being brought to 3 games in a match too many times, but this will be the 3rd time they have, but they will still look to the Nexus. They will still look to find the win, and as Cloud9, 40 minutes in, start to look for the victory, they will stay undefeated in the NALCS, and they will take down Team Liquid.
In fact, happy there.
I'm sure. 5-0-9.
Comes off the bench, doesn't die. Maokai on the front line, grabs a couple of the important snares. And you can tell that Team Liquid made Cloud9 a bit worried in this series. Very cautious gameplay here in game number 3, not wanting to drop it. And they do eventually end it out, but still, Team Liquid fans can be happy with this series and with the trend, because things were really worse in the last couple weeks, but definitely improvements for the squad.
Yeah. We were looking where the results were. Rainover to open up Piglet and all those things to happen. It's just going to take a little bit of time. You see a bit of that power coming out now from Team Liquid. A lot of it from the jungle on Rainover. Golden Glue stepping up, as well as a question of TL's bot lane. Can Piglet and Matt step up? And they did quite well in their play today. A lot of Varus Nami to produce results for TL's bottom lane. Looking on the other side, though, great play again from Cloud9, but showing weaknesses in the early game, and that can really take hold of their mentality.
Yeah, some weaknesses there. Some sketchy team fights. The late game indecisiveness in game of 3, I chalk up to being, ooh, we don't want to lose this series. We're being pushed to the edge here. You know, take it calm. We have the Stanford team fight. We have the standard team fight. We have the Maokai. And they were able to eventually finish that one up, but you're right. You know, stuff to clean up from both sides. This game was definitely exciting, a little bit chaotic, but entertaining series, and definitely positive things for Team Liquid.
Absolutely, they did. I feel like as well they showed a lot, but can always change. You say, oh, Piglet's getting this Varus every game. He's going to first pick that. Teams can look at that, but now TL use that as, well, if Piglet's good on something else, let him focus our Varus. He's still just as good on Jhin. Same with kind of seeing Lorlo on the Rumble. May draw a ban on that now. We've actually seen teams in EU taking that into the jungle, Rumble in the jungle. So they're actually trying to kind of leave flex to what we've been saying, hey, flex to. Team Liquid can play all these champions. Let's see it. And they seem a little more comfortable.
Yeah,
especially Piglet playing aggressive.
Yeah, Piglet being aggressive was definitely one of the highlights. Also, the reign over Graves is a very big thing.
Huge.
So, yeah, all around, some good stuff. But in the end, Cloud9 still undefeated, and they're still on track for their matchup with FlyQuest later in the week,
Yeah.
Sunday, I think, to see if FlyQuest can be the first.
I'm sure
team
that
to hand them a
they
serious
obviously
loss.
watch this game, but I'm sure they're going to take notes out of this one.
Yeah.
Looking at how much as well Ray kind of made a factor on the team. It became almost a split push game, and I feel like teams might be able to see that Cloud9 may not be able to function out of that with Ray, but Impact coming back in, they just look so strong once again and stay undefeated. Now Pastry is stage side to hear from Cloud9's victorious support.
Thank you very much. I'm here with birthday boy Smoothie. First of all, happy birthday. Congratulations for getting a win on the day. I have to ask you, though, probably a much tougher series than you thought coming into the game. It seemed kind of rough. How are you feeling about the series overall?
I'm really not feeling too good. I definitely into this series a lot, I think. I made some really bad calls, and I don't know, I just couldn't think today, and no excuse. It's my bad.
I know that you've been very vocal, a big leader in your team. Do things change a lot when Ray is in there? Because, of course, Impact was playing last game, but Ray's, you haven't played that many games with him, at least on stage. How do things change communication-wise?
Impact for our team brings a lot of communication. He's a really smart player, and I think mostly, along with me, he talks like the most, too. So it's a really big change in how our team plays. But I think that Ray is really good mechanically, and he can definitely perform, but we kind of messed up our shot calling. I think that's my bad, and again, but yeah.
Well, can't worry about it too much now, and of course, you have another match this weekend up against FlyQuest, which should be quite a bit of fun. You guys have looked so strong. Matches are getting closer, but still undefeated. Is FlyQuest the team that's going to take you down?
It's a pretty hype matchup, but I think that we kind of have the edge. They're really good as a team, but so are we. Today didn't show, obviously, but it's going to be close, I think. It'll be fine.
Don't feel too bad. It is your birthday after all, but thank you, Smoothie, for joining me, and once again, happy birthday. We're going to throw it back to the analyst next, though, to wrap up the series.
Thank you very much, Pastry Time. Cloud9 remain undefeated at the top of the tables, but this one did not come easily. This game looked a little bit better from them, but the series as a whole did not come easily for Cloud9 here, going to 3 against a bottom-tier team, at least when it comes to standings. But the big thing to note was the question we were asking, will Impact return? They throw him back in for Game 3 on the Maokai, and he has a stellar performance.
It's business as usual. Comes in, no deaths, wins lane, huge kill participation, probably player of the game.
Absolutely.
I mean, just standard Impact
Yeah,
stuff.
he will get player of the game, and we'll get to that in just a moment. But I do want to take a look at this replay because it illustrates a lot of what Impact back in the lineup allows Cloud9 to do. This is actually, we're looking at the bot lane. So rather than, let's go ahead and pivot to talking about Piglet and Matt. Now, in the loss here today, unfortunate, these two guys did step up compared to their performances in the last 3 weeks.
They really did. I mean, Matt and Piglet have not looked good whatsoever in the last couple of weeks. Today, we saw Piglet playing very aggressive. This was a really nice one from Matt. Watch the predictive route on the flash here from there. So he's able to throw down that route, does nail it on the flash, and he just honestly had a pretty good game, and we saw so many aggressive plays from Piglet, actually using Varus as the initiation, flash chains, confident in his skill shot accuracy here, picking up another kill onto Sneaky, and really just as a whole, they looked much better, and like you said, it's like they lost, but it's the C9, and they looked a lot better.
And that's the thing. I think we have to remember to couch kind of the idea that, well, this is the undefeated team that was expected to come in 2-0 smash Team Liquid. All right, well, they take them to 3 games, and as you mentioned after Game 2, could have been a 2-game series in Team Liquid's favor had a Baron gone slightly differently in Game 1. And so I think that there are a lot of positives to take away here as a Team Liquid roster that I'm sure it will sting a little bit still that they, sustained this loss. You mentioned, though, player of the game going to Impact. Let's talk about it a little bit more. Back on this Maokai, I mean, Smoothie had kind words for him there talking about how he actually bolsters their communication so much. Rare thing to hear that the Korean on the team is the one who's maybe second in command and the second most talkative.
And I think this is something where when people first started importing these big name Koreans and world champions and big superstars, like, this is what we're going to get, right? And it turns out most teams did not get this. They're thinking they're going to get mentorship. They're going to get, teaching and this veteran player who unlocks the potential of the team. And with Impact, Cloud9 actually has gotten this. This guy is a bona fide superstar. He's been smashing, and, unfortunate for Ray that his performances, once again, were not the best, but Impact able to come in and clean up.
I mean, here you have it. You got the 3,000 health Maokai, which wasn't present in the last 2 games. Even with a couple members dying early here for Cloud9, I feel, again, the agency that this gives Cloud9 in terms of starting fights is something that they're much more successful with.
Yeah, they really are. Impact still is able to control the waves even on something like Maokai because he has such a good laning phase. And then the initiation potential is massive. The fact that they have him on this hyper tank, compared to Reignover on the Rek'Sai, the Maokai is just going to be much more of a force in those team fight stages. And he was able to dictate the pace of the game.
Still did as much damage as his AD carry. So, I mean, he's on a tank, but still dealing out damage. You mentioned CS leads. I feel that in so many matchups that should go even or even behind, he's winning or just playing them smartly. But you also mentioned the fact that even when he's losing lanes, he loses gracefully. And that's maybe where Ray needs to get. And under the tutelage of Impact, we could see him clean up some of those aggressive mistakes or the solo deaths in lane due to not warding. And it's just about getting a little bit more of a sense of the macro game and the competitive level that Impact is so ingrained in at this point.
Yeah, certainly. Impact is just is so good at that, absorbing pressure, not giving up too much, and really he's the complete package, and that's why he looks so consistent and so good, because he kind of has no real weaknesses. And for Ray, keep practicing, with Impact. I'm sure we're going to see him later in the season, and he could definitely look to improve some of those.
Yeah, well, it was a back and forth series, and we can't leave without hearing from somebody on Team Liquid. So we're going to throw it back over to Pastry Time, who's standing by with Liquid's jungler.
Thank you very much. I'm here with Reignover. First of all, it's a tough loss, so thank you for joining me after the game, but I just wanted to ask a few quick questions. First of all, it was a rough series. You guys did lose overall, but it seemed very close. How are your thoughts generally about the match?
It was really fun, and it was long games, and of course we're sad because we lost, but I think we're in really good progress right now. We're improving, so I'm happy about that. But I think we could definitely win.
And I think a lot of teams that are struggling in the early stages of the season are saying that we are making progress. It feels like practice is seeming good for a lot of the teams, but converting on stage has been a lot more difficult. Have you found that true for Team Liquid, and what kind of progress have you guys been making?
Not even Team Liquid. Like every time I have been in, I usually treat scrim like really important because I think usually like the week that you have like good scrims, I think it just moves to the stage 2, and then you usually like win easier. But like the weeks that you kind of struggle on scrims and like you didn't pay attention, or like you take less care on the scrims and have like some loss, and then on the stage you like have a struggle too. So like overall right now, I think Team Liquid, we're just following like our performance at scrims. So like last weeks we have been struggling on scrims too, so we struggle on LCS. But this week we have been like winning almost every scrim. So like I think it's showing up slowly on the stage. But I think we're definitely right now we didn't play as good as scrims, but yeah, I think it's showing soon.
I think so as well, and it certainly does feel like it's getting closer. But even though the overall performance of the team is improving, I have to ask you, you're a big voice on the team, a big leader, and you've got this great league IQ and this intellect. What's your role in kind of pushing Team Liquid forward and ensuring that progress keeps moving forward, both in and out of game?
I think my role is just make sure that everything is okay in our early games, and we can move better, or like move it to the mid game by having advantage as a team. I think it's very important for me, and yeah, I think we're trying to like fail as a team, and I think that's also important. So we're working on that too.
Again, thank you so much for the interview. It seems like the progress is there. We are going to throw it over to the break, though. Don't go too far away. Immortals vs Dignitas coming right up.